What's up, everyone, mga Pinoy? Rainy days are coming. It's almost June. It's still May. But speaking about May, yung Mintbase nasa Mainnet na, which means na ang i-introduce natin ngayon platform para sa mga non-fungible tokens for our creators, community members. You are going to benefit from Mintbase's platform. I-discuss natin kung ano itong Mintbase. Mintbase ay isang platform kung saan pwede kayo mag-mint ng inyong sariling NFT, and then it's very special kasi hindi lang siya isang klaseng NFT kundi purposeful NFT. We are going to discuss yung article ng 4NTS, yung ants na guild, mga kaibigan natin sa NEAR ecosystem. At may maganda silang article with some embedded video na ipi-play din natin. So we're very excited and get to know the Mintbase founders, sina Nate and Caroline. At maintindihan natin kung ano yung mission and vision nila para sa mga NFT communities in the world and in the whole universe. Speaking about universe, I am a cone-headed creature that came here on the earth in far and near future. Okay, just having a bad hair day. Anyway, speaking about being a creator, as you can tell, maybe I'm a little bit of a comedian on the side, like not stand-up comedian, like a sit-down comedian because I'm sitting. But we're still gonna educate and entertain ourselves. So without further ado, let's crack into this. So ano ba talaga yung Mintbase? Okay, sa isang definition, I'm going to share my screen here with you guys. Okay. I'm going to share my screen sa aking Google Chrome. So, meron lang na definition dito. Essentially, I'm just going to read verbatim, word for word. Mintbase is a global platform. Okay, global. Not confined sa isang area. Global platform. And marketplace. Like Amazon. Amazon is big. Owned by Jeff Bezos. So what does it do? It allows anyone, including those with less technical backgrounds, even if you're not a coder, a programmer, or a developer, you can still be enabled by Mintbase to create your own digital assets. Digital assets, it's not like art, also digital assets. So it's not just confined in one specific, say, form of art, but it's a digital asset itself, verified on multiple blockchains. Okay, so just to further, the next sentence says Mintbase provides users or minters with various creative allocation and redemption mechanisms for their customers. So if you run a community, you want to have your own social token later on, which is a more advanced concept here on Mintbase, you can do that as well. But right now, we're just gonna crack into the basics. Okay, so again, this is a Medium na article ng 4NTS, yung kaibigan natin within the NEAR ecosystem. And the theme is Mintbase, bringing NFT marketplaces to NEAR. Not in the far future, but in the near future. That's behind me. Okay, now we're going to play some videos here later on, but essentially, I'm just gonna do, gagawin natin ngayon a parang commentary na approach. I'm gonna read aloud, verbatim. It's not that I'm making you feel that you cannot read. Pero mas maganda kung isa-isahin na, himay-himayin natin itong content na to. So, it says, the 12th episode of NEAR Without the Noise. Ito yung podcast nila. Mintbase co-founders Caroline, yan si Caroline. Caroline and Nate Geyer joined the 4NTS team to discuss the launch of Mintbase. There's an ice cream passing by. Ice cream! Okay, Mintbase, a platform that allows anyone to create digital assets. It's not just an NFT art, but digital assets. We're gonna see why it's called digital assets later on. Verified on multiple blockchains. So they're chain agnostic. They don't care what kind of blockchain networks you are on or in. So it's a 1 hour long interview. That's why himay-himayin na lang natin para ma-condense natin and distill the information into some palatable bite-sized information. Okay, so Caroline and Nate talked about Mintbase's unique value proposition. Ano yung pinagkakaiba ng Mintbase sa ibang platform in the context of the rise of the creator economy. Remember guys, yung blockchain industry ngayon ay pinifavor na talaga yung mga creators because of this thing called NFT. You don't know what NFT is? Ask Mr. Google. A non-fungible token. But let's just assume that everyone knows basically what NFTs are. Okay. Unique value proposition ng Mintbase in the context of the rise of the creator economy and the future of NFTs in the NEAR ecosystem. Very excited here. All right, let's play this one. Not sure if this video is available though. Is it? Not for now. All right, NFTs, a new frontier for the creator economy. If you're a creator, if you're maybe like a musician, if you are a visual fine artist and other forms of artists, something that can tangible output, be it audio oriented such as music or visually oriented, and some other use cases that we have not found yet how to materialize as use cases here. So it says, the conversation with Carolyn and Nate started off with the following basic question. What is an NFT in the first place? What is it? It's like a ubiquitous term these days, the blockchain world, pero like, what is it essentially? Why is it relevant? That's the thing. And according to Carolyn, NFTs can be anything that's digital. Anything digital. So you got money, pera, you got tickets to concerts, art, yes, what kind of art? It depends. So many forms of art. Music, yes, what kind of music? Different genre, right? Anything that can be tokenized. Anything that can be tokenized. Token. An asset, a token, a form, a symbol. Okay, just bear with me here kasi maraming ma-encounter kayong mga technical terms dito that may sound esoteric, out of this world, right? Like my own head here. Looks like out of this world. But at the same time, we're still discovering what NFTs are. Interesting. So even the creators themselves of NFT platforms such as Mintbase, in the person of Carolyn, they still don't know what the other use cases of NFTs are. That's profound. In the sense that we discover new use cases every day. So it's like Pandora's box is open and you don't know. It's like the genie has gotten out of the bottle and you cannot put it back. And the genie grants everyone's wishes. Anything under the sun, over the sun, beyond the Milky Way galaxy and Andromeda. In essence, an NFT is a NFT, non-fungible token. It's any digital asset, any asset digitally, whose unique ownership and provenance are verified by the blockchain. Now, notice this phrase here, unique ownership. Unique. Ibig sabihin, wala siyang katulad. Unique. Like, the lowest hanging fruit for Filipinos to understand NFT is your art. If you're a digital artist, if you're a visual artist, be you a traditional artist or a digital artist using some software and hardware, you can have your unique ownership of your NFT verified by the blockchain, na recognizing you as the owner and not anyone else. You have the right to it. Okay? Unique ownership. Going against the recent focus on the multi-million-dollar price tags of digital artworks. Did you know that some artworks are bought and sold for several millions of dollars? That's why we're here. We want to grab the piece of the pie, the lion's share. Okay. Multi-million-dollar tags or digital artworks or memorabilia that have been traded as NFTs. Nate Geyer placed the value of NFTs on their utility. Okay, according to Nate, what we like about NFTs is not that it sits in your wallet it's worth 7 million US dollars, but it doesn't do anything at all. It's like sits there, collect dust, digital dust. We're all about purposeful NFTs. So I like this statement by Nate, whose vision I also share. Na an NFT, a digital asset that is unique, can be just by itself an asset, but if it doesn't have any utility to it, what's the point? That's just me though. Some people collect NFT just for the sake of collecting NFTs without any utility. Okay. So in the case, for example, of this 7 million US dollar worth of NFT that may have been bought and sold somewhere else in the ether world, that NFT may just, again, sit there and collect digital dust, right? Until someone sells it to another buyer at a higher price, of course, I hope, so as to have some capital gains there, right? So he says that, for example, to illustrate what a purposeful NFT could look like Nate introduced event tickets as an example. So a ticket could be tokenized, could be NFTized. We're minting and coining our own words here as well, right? Talking about creator economy, right? So event tickets as an example. Now, which is one of the purposeful NFTs Mintbase is keen on. For instance, Mintbase is currently teaming up with Moore in Berlin. It sounds Deutsch, ja, Sie bisschen Deutsch, es tut mir leid. Ich spreche ein bisschen. Kein. True. Okay, so they partnered with Moore in Berlin this summer to provide NFT tickets that connect to the physical festival. So another use case of NFT in the case of Mintbase is that since they want a purposeful NFT, they don't want to mint on their platform just art for the sake of art, but utilitarian NFTs in the form of event tickets. So if I were to read an excerpt from his statement, someone asked, why do you do ticketing when we have normal ticketing? Why would I do a blockchain-based NFT ticketing when I can have my physical ticketing? It's a good question, right? It's a valid question. And what's the big difference between us and Eventbrite, which is another an event platform? So I have Ticket, and Ticket gets me into things. I go to things and done, right? That's basically it. You go to a movie, buy a ticket, you go to the movies using your ticket, and you're done. That's it. Well, in our world, I have Ticket. Now, anybody can interact with it. Anybody can interact with your ticket, okay? Since it's in the blockchain already. It's not in the physical world, it's in the ethereal world. Talking about, no pun intended there, with the Ethereum. What if I'm a gaming conference or a gaming company? I can partner with the event that I'm going to, and all of a sudden, your character can run faster. It has stronger abilities during the month the event is going on because of that ticket. And then simultaneously, I can get into a co-working space, right? Because that ticket is also associated sa isang co-working space because of that. So one ticket, multiple usages, multiple applications, and some other developer can create a voting app that says, hey, anyone who is actually going to the event can vote on X, Y, and Z. Now we have this point of access. So yun yung utility ng purposeful NFT in the form of a digital ticket created on Mintbase na yung isang ticket lang magkakaroon siya ng multiple utilities. Okay? This is what it means for an NFT, in this case, an event ticket, to be purposeful. It not only serves as an actual purpose, but potentially multiple purposes. As a programmable token on a decentralized network, an NFT offers itself as a point of access for multiple entities, each of which can program it to function in different ways that are not limited to one-time event. Now, speaking about purposeful NFT, an NFT that has diverse, utility. So in the case of here, for example, one ticket can be used. Might want to sell it later on. That I've been to this event, 5 years ago, and I was one of the first batches. And if you want to buy my ticket, you can actually show it off to your friends if it becomes more popular, so to speak. Of course, as we continue, the utility of NFTs does not stop there. The way NFTs function have implications for the steps prior or posterior to its original purpose, such as event financing or artist compensation. So this is the event, this is the prior, and then posterior. So even your NFT can be bought prior to the event, can still be useful because you have not utilized it yet. And then during the event, and then even posterior to its original purpose, you can still utilize that, such as artist compensation, for example. So again, even Caroline said that we still don't know what the implications and the ramifications and the other, ramifications and the implications of NFTs, purposeful NFTs are. Caroline speculated on a scenario which Mintbase's split revenue standard would allow. Now, this is very interesting because, are we still recording? I hope, or else we're gonna start all over again. Okay, let me just verify. Oh, we're still recording. All right, I'm gonna share my screen again. All right, here we go. Now, split revenue, that's very important here. All right, this is the scenario. So I'm a storyteller here. Just imagine you are organizing a festival and there are so many upfront costs, like you have to pay your DJ, you have to pay your artists and the people who build the stages. So those are labored so that you could do, so what you could do instead, you could say, hey, David Guetta, you get 5% of every ticket sold. And the other artists gets 2% because you're the main event, gets 2% of the tickets sold. So people actually have a stake within that particular event, like ownership in the whole event. And it's in their best interest to push the event because they have that stake. People get incentivized, right? So there are completely new incentive mechanisms coming up with NFTs. Depends how you spin it. All right. It says here, what Mintbase envisions for NFTs is something revolutionary. NFTs reinstall a concept of ownership in the digital sphere so that creators and consumers can own unique, authenticated content. At the same time, NFTs cultivate a new incentive mechanisms which promise creators monetary control over their own creations. This is radically different from today's economic model in which creators' work are not their own, but the platforms or third parties. What we are witnessing today is the birth of the creator economy. All right, so let's gonna play a video here. Let's hear it from the creators, the founders themselves of Mintbase, Carolyn and Nate Geyer, for this very short few minutes, like 3 minutes segment.
It's removing probably like platforms like Spotify and YouTube and all those platforms later down the line, because what's happening right now is those platforms, they profit off creators, right? So I recently heard one of our friends, he's a DJ, he has 300,000 streams a month, and he earns 4,000 or 2,000 euros a year. So obviously he cannot live from his music. So he now got into NFTs, and he already earn more than by selling like 3 or 4 pieces than a whole year of streaming. And this shows like that your power of fans or like your real sense of supporting the artist. And that's, I think, like people are willing to buy an NFT from an artist because they also want him like to have like a revenue stream, and not only that, but maybe that's what our friend Dane did. He also gave like a permission to people to like mix and like a license to just use it for whatever they want to use it. And he went even a step further than that, and he like wrote in the NFT like whoever buys NFT has a license to X, Y, and Z, but also he can remix this tune, send it to me, and then I will select the best one and I will share it on my SoundCloud profile, because that's like kind of really nice game theory behind that, because then you also help the other artists and engages them. And yeah, it's just, anyways, I'm trying to like NFTs empower creators and help them to really monetize this content. That's so exciting. This whole concept of NFTs. So what we want creators, we don't want them to be dependent on Mintbase, right? Because we want everyone to have their own smart contract. They can, build their own platform and then for the contract over and the NFT is over. So we want people to use our platform because they want to use our platform, not because they have to. And currently, people are using platforms like Spotify and whatever as an example, not because they have to, because there's no other option. And they are like siloed in those like ecosystems. But now, NFTs, they can do whatever they want and just move to another platform. And that's interesting to see as well on Ethereum, that artists or creators are not like just loyal to one platform, but everyone is like trying out like different platforms as well.
Yeah, we've done our job. If the guy tomorrow that our system is just not be as pretty as it would be on our system, but the token should live on all the systems.
It's funny because hello, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Oh, I forgot that this is not an interactive thing. So yeah, essentially, if you do your research, blockchain is leveling the playing field for every player. We are not now confined and limited by this third party, let's say Spotify, where you are confined and siloed in that ecosystem. You are now free to trade your assets on a different universes, so to speak. Okay, Mintbase is the home of purposeful NFTs. Mintbase is a platform that allows for the easy creation. So ignore that phrase, easy creation of digital assets verified on multiple blockchains. When asked how this differs from other NFT platforms, now what's the difference here essentially, okay? When we learn, we try to differentiate things. Okay, so we aren't a super rare. Super rare is another platform. We are a super rare factory. Interesting. What does that imply? So we enable our users to deploy their own stores. Their own store is their own smart contract. So it's what Nate said earlier, that even if Mintbase dissolves, it disappears sooner in the far future or in the near future, and you can still have your smart contract. Okay, so you're not. They don't put a ceiling on you as a creator. Now, this is where it gets a little bit technical. A smart contract is just a set of functions, which is an API. So softwares interacting with each other, essentially. You're basically deploying all of your own APIs in every single store, and you can manage as many stores as you want. That's what we are. It's an enabler, actually. So you just deploy and mint on their platform. At saka dun kayo, and then pag-aari mo na yung sarili mong store. Okay? Now, I forgot that I should take Tagalog here because I'm speaking to my fellow kababayans. But essentially, you understand what I'm saying. So again, I'll try to speak as much as possible here in Tagalog. All right, Tagalog. That's what the Americans would say. By enabling creators to deploy their own stores in which they can directly host and trade their NFTs, and even use NPM script to code on Mintbase. Now, this is another NPM script is quite technical, but you want to dive into that, you can. Mintbase empowers creators to take control of their economic endeavors, whatever floats your boat. This is distinct from the platform-driven approach of current media platforms, or even other NFT marketplaces. We don't want people to be dependent on Mintbase. Yun. We want people to use our platform because they want to use our platform, not because they have to. And currently, people are using platforms like Spotify because they have to. It's like you're being chained, right? You're being confined to that platform, so to speak, because they have no other option. But with Mintbase, they give you the freedom. It's like Elton John's song, Skyline Pigeon Fly. Speaking about music NFTs, right? Okay. Now, they're also chain agnostics in the sense that they're not confined to any blockchain network. Mintbase not only frees creators from being stuck to a single platform, but not even a single chain within a platform, because sometimes one platform contains different, one chain blockchain network contains different platforms, but even Mintbase is not just confined to any one chain itself. Mintbase is not simply a platform that allows for the tokenization of digital items. It is a platform focused on bringing the creator economy to the next level, skyrocketing, like a launch pad. Okay. Yeah, let's watch the next video here.
We enable our users to deploy their own stores. Their own stores is their own smart contracts. A smart contract is just a set of functions, which is an API. So imagine you're basically deploying all of your own APIs to manage as many stores as you need. We are also going to not only have a pretty interface that allows you to purchase all these things, but a nice NPM script where you can just NPM install Mintbase and do everything you want to market via your code. So vending machines, purchasing more Fritos when they run out, it's not that far off of all of your uploads went directly to our decentralized storage system.
I think what differentiates us is, we are the first chain agnostic. I think the first platform that is on several blockchains, like apart from Matic and stuff. So we are on Ethereum and on NEAR, but also it's a completely new system. So we are using this new standard that Nate was talking about, the NEP 171, that our team developed together with the NEAR team. So it kind of is a lesson learned from Ethereum.
Ethereum got right in a lot of sense. It kind of got wrong with royalties too late. So all the different platforms can't really implement royalties because everyone meets how they can pay out each differently in smart contracts. If we have a standard from the start, it really helps out the system. The other big differentiator of us is our focus is 100% on purposeful NFTs. So I think Ethereum has done amazing in I'm a big famous person, I mint the thing, you buy it for a bunch of money and or marketing strategies, but you can't really do much with it. That's the cost $30. Our focus is the purposeful part. So not only do our royalties and split revenues help with funding multiple accounts on a single purchase, but it also shows purpose. So all these different accounts could be charities that could get a percentage of the split. It could be different partners like the gaming companies and all these different groups. We have little bubbles that show you all these elements, folks that are part of this NFT. So we want to explain and show everyone what does this thing actually get you? And all in one place, we want to be able to say, oh, here's a link that goes to a blog post that explains this gaming scenario with our gaming company. Here's the event that explains what the NFT does with the X, Y, and Z. You get featured. Purpose, that's our focus. We want them to be minted, traded, transferred, burned, moved around the ecosystem as quickly as
How's that for a purposeful NFT, right? It's not just confined to any one genre, so to speak. It's like multi-genre, meta, from a meta perspective. Okay, it's like a macro perspective. It's not just confined to any siloed or let's say, confinement. All right, continue. In addition to its firm belief in creator empowerment, Mintbase explains its distinct value proposition lies in their focus on purposeful NFT. Essentially, right, why do you want to create something, right? Essentially, if it's not for aesthetics reason, like if you carve out, like our lolo, for example, before they would carve some handle for some tabak, right? But the tabak itself, yung tabak na yan, yung itak. Sometimes binibili yan ng mga foreigners, they put it on their wall. Pero sometimes yung itak or tabak na yan is so purposeful na may gagamitan talaga tayo niyan. Pero sometimes beautiful yung mga carvings dun sa handle niya, di ba? So essentially, ganun din in a sense. I'm using parallelism here, tsaka metaphors. Okay, so to quote Nate, another big differentiator of us is that our focus is 100% on purposeful NFTs. And then ito pa, may split revenue kasi, right? Okay, so ito kasi yung what makes Mintbase really special kasi may split revenue sila. Kung ano yung arrangement mo sa pag-split ng revenue, kung sino man yung mga nag-contribute doon na artist sa inyong craft, then yun yung magkaroon kayo ng mga split. Not only do our royalties and split revenues help with funding multiple accounts on a single purchase, but it shows purpose. All these different accounts, it could be charities that could get a percentage of the split. It could be different partners like gaming companies. We have little bubbles that show you all the different elements and folks that are part of this NFT. We want to show everyone, what does this thing actually get me? And all in one place, we want to be able to say, here's a link that goes to a blog spot that explains this gaming scenario with our gaming company. Here's the event that explains what the NFT does. It gets you into X, Y, and Z. It gets you a t-shirt. Okay? Now, when this interview was conducted, nasa testnet pa yung Mintbase. Hindi pa siya na-deploy talaga sa actual mainnet in the real world. Pero a couple of weeks ago or last week, na-deploy na siya sa mainnet. Not just because in the month of May, it becomes a mainnet launch. Pero nagkataon lang. Okay? Let's go to some backgrounds about Mintbase. Originally started on Ethereum in 2019. However, Mintbase was rebuilt from scratch on NEAR. Bakit kaya sila lumipat sa NEAR? That's another question. Because essentially sa Ethereum, kasi as what we say in our videos, there's NEAR Protocol Philippines na yung Ethereum was a city built a long time ago. So they did not foresee the traffic and the congestion that it was going to take. So right now, yung Ethereum ay parang City of Manila na sobrang traffic na. Pero yung NEAR is parang BGC na sobrang luwag, high-tech, at saka mabilis yung daloy ng mga transactions. Okay? Mintbase was rebuilt from scratch on NEAR as it offered them a better environment to realize the full potential of NFTs. The idea of quote-unquote purposeful NFTs is impossible to realize if the transaction fee costs as much or even more than the product itself. Kasi sa Ethereum, kung mag-mint ka, gumawa ka lang mag-mint, di ka pa magbebenta, mag-mint ka pa lang ng sarili mong NFT. Sometimes the gas fee is so expensive na it's even equal or even more. What's the point, right? Unless it's a high ticket. Speaking about ticket, it's a high ticket sales, right? That it costs like several thousands or hundreds of thousands or even millions. of US dollars. Doesn't make any sense. It makes any dollar. Doesn't even make any dollars. It doesn't make any sense. Providing fast and cheap transactions on NEAR Protocol. That's what it is, baby. An easy programming language, a user-friendly interface, and a flexible and easy-to-use account model. NEAR was just what Mintbase needed. Parang ano sila, parang meant to be. Mintbase was meant to be with NEAR Protocol. Okay, so let's hear from them. A 2-minute video.
And deploy, I'm just gonna say no NEAR. So we're gonna do a quick little symbol. Store right now. So we have it set for 7 years to deploy a store. It's actually 5, but we give you some padding with that store mint tokens. We secure storage for you. So 7 times what, $5. So we've deployed our store. So it's been created, the no NEAR. We come over here, we can even come into our settings and go into transactions. And this is what it is on mintspace.testnet. So this is how all of your contracts, this is your domain. You can see create store was added. We can have the transaction hash. If we go back to our no NEAR smart contract, even mint token, and I can send this dot to you guys if you want. Space guy. So we're uploading to Arweave. There's our royalties if you want to add to that. And then we're going to do some of this, that, get some art, some music. Should we add one royalty? Yeah, 20% to Caribou.
Oh, we're spelling it wrong, Nate.
Typing, okay, we're going to mint the thing. So now we've deployed our own smart contract functions. Now we're minting the token on the contract, and you guys have a testnet account I can send it. But yeah, that's it. We did it.
So the costs I think were like $35 to deploy a store, and $40, and then a few cents to mint one NFT.
So now we have two transactions.
Okay, so 7 NEAR times 3.5. It was kind of expensive at the time because yung NEAR medyo mahal at that time. Pero ngayon, bumaba na siya. $3 na isang NEAR. That's the go through of it, the demonstration. We are on Ethereum and we are on NEAR, but it's completely new system. We're using this new standard. May ginawa silang new standard of token. It's called the NEP 171. Our team developed together with the NEAR team. Interesting. Okay. So the two innovations in the NEAR, in the NEP 171 Mintbase highlights are, excuse me, the forever royalties and split revenues. Okay. The forever royalty standard addresses one of the shortcomings of the ERC 721 from Ethereum, which does not offer a standard for royalties and therefore does not guarantee the creators full monetization for their own works. With Mintbase, you're going to have your full eligibility of your own works. With NEP 171, a royalty system is embedded in all NEAR NFTs from the get-go, so that creators will be guaranteed to generate passive income from all secondary sales. Imagine if you mint for the first time, then you split the revenues and the royalty. You're gonna have it in perpetuity. Rhyme not intended. All right. The split revenue standard allows for automatic distribution of revenues across multiple accounts. In fact, kung sinabi mo, for example, yung music mo is a combination of the efforts of different artists, let's say 20 different other artists, then you can split the royalty among the 20 different artists if you want, in perpetuity, forever. O, diba? May forever. Right. Why Rust? Okay, let's continue.
No, not too many humans like Sydney. Writing in Rust is a big deal for us. That has been very advantageous. I think that's kind of be a big selling point for a lot of other developers coming into the space. Having the locker floor has been really valuable, and then just being able to chat directly with the NEAR team, all of them have been very helpful throughout the process.
Like the NEAR ecosystem, like the wallet with Nate, what you always say is like super impressive that it always creates new key and super good for VR. So one of our team members, he actually is super into VR and he builds his own virtual world, and we already integrated like NEAR in there that we can basically super easy transfer NEAR NFTs like within this virtual world. I don't know the technicalities behind that. Maybe Nate can say more behind this thing.
Yeah, the account system's pretty amazing. Being able to keep my own account, blah.NEAR, and then you can add multiple different private keys to it. You can remove them all if you want just an account that's constantly has a deployed contract that no one control. You can swap them out. So if I want to have my account blah.NEAR and then move it from trust to the ledger, you can still keep that account and swap it around. We haven't really explored too deep the allowance system, which you can actually spend NEAR without having to go back and forth to the wallet, but essentially each connection to a dApp gets its own private key connection. So then it allows the dApp to actually spend on behalf of the item depending on the allowance. So yeah, there's a lot of innovations that we're going to start seeing more and more as finally launch on mainnet.
Yeah, the account model is quite amazing as well, and I think a lot of people do not understand yet that it has so much more potential, especially for the future. And I think one of the features like user friendliness and having human readable addresses. Actually, this is also something very useful for users. I'm wondering if you received any feedback from your users already about this.
Yeah, we onboarded our festival partners today, and it was really nice to show them like, this is your smart contract. It's called wildeverse.testnet.near, and like everyone we sent store deployers so far, so access to our testnet. Yeah, they really like this human readable account system. It's just so much easier to like view things and view the code in there, and yeah, I really like the block explorer.
And the real crazy thing is, so like we have this account system that you buy the NFT and it can have up to 20 different splits. 10 royalties, 10 splits. As soon as you purchase it, it'll fund everybody's account automatically. In the wallet, you can go to it, you can see easily all the different accounts, who got what, and so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. The implications are substantial for creators. They will not have to worry about the authentication of their work, and they would finally own the profits of their work without being exploited by a third party, such as in the music industry, the Spotify, and that's forever too. On top of it, a split revenue structure allows for multiple stakeholders in the asset to incentivize collaborators to promote it and profit off of it as well. That's the function of a community-based open source economy, so to speak. You get the power, the synergy of the power of a collective effort, if you will. So there's a partnership between Mintbase and NEAR. Among the other great features that NEAR offers, there is their flexible and user-friendly account model and interoperability among different platforms through the Rainbow Bridge and soon Aurora. So this is another esoteric concept where it's a dev thing, where you can have some solutions between Ethereum and NEAR, where in Ethereum people are stuck and bottlenecked in the congestion. Pero with NEAR, maluwag tayo dito, parang BGC dyan sa Taguig, okay, if you know what I'm talking about. And for those, especially artists who have had their doubts due to the supposed environmental impact on NFT, because of the proof of work model, NEAR is a proof of stake blockchain where it's environmentally friendly. you know. You can check on that award received by NEAR. NEAR is a climate neutral blockchain. So it's an environmentally friendly blockchain, meaning you can mint green NFTs when using Mintbase on NEAR. All right, we're almost done here actually. Another feature that is very important for us is the NEAR account system. You can keep your account ID and add multiple private keys, remove them, swap them, and deploy smart contracts. We still haven't explored the allowance system, which allows to spend NEAR without having to go back and forth to the wallet. But essentially, each connection to a dApp has its own private key connection that actually allows the dApp to spend on behalf of the item depending on the allowance. So this is for devs. Actually, we won't go through this because this is beyond our pay grade, so to speak. And essentially, we're almost done here. So just to wrap up, actually, we don't have to see this video, actually. But you know what? We might have some space for it. Just less than 2 minutes.
Well, the whole basis of our ticket analogy of like, okay, here's this thing, it gets you into the event, you're done. If interoperability wasn't a thing within NFTs, I would just use Eventbrite. Interoperability is what makes this thing powerful. So getting it right with the standards is interoperability. The standard is just a way for everyone to say, okay, I can interact with this token in a very easy fashion. So that is what has been taking us a while, is getting the standards done right. Net 4 is not so good. 171, much better. So we've been developing that alongside with the NEAR team, and now it's pretty much getting in its final stages this week. Along with our application has been rewritten several times to comply with the standards that we've been building while building the marketplace. But it's been nice building a marketplace while building the standards, while building the NFT factory all together. Painful, but good, because we got to adapt as we built.
And in terms of other NFT projects coming on NEAR, so there are actually a few like DAO records and newfound trees, like who are planning to use our code and just build their own interface. So we also have an SDK that we will release at the same time we release mainnet, so people can do everything like the offer system. They can sell, mint, transfer, burn NFTs without even using the Mintbase interface. And yeah, that's gonna be really big, I think.
All right, there you go. So think of Mintbase as the infrastructure builders for your ecosystem. So these guys are building the city, okay? Let's say they're building San Fernando, Pampanga, where all the devs and all the high-tech companies are going to be there. And so these guys are building their, let's say, high internet speed, climate-friendly buildings for your business as an artist to operate on top of. Para yun nga, very, very comfortable talaga and very conducive to your conducting your own operation as a business and artist at the same time. Okay, so the future of NFTs and Mintbase, ano yung ating future dito? Ano yung in the far future and in the near future, so to speak? Mintbase foresees the explosions of NFTs, not only in the headlines, but in the terms of mass adoption to come soon. Okay. Like a monsoon rain. The infrastructure has been coming together. All that remains is to see how real-life applications will catch on. Mintbase plays a role in this by offering these real-life use cases. According to Nate Geyer, mass adoption happens with where we are right now, the festival. So very lowest hanging fruit for them is the festival there in Berlin, but here's an exploratory real use case, and then we go from there. So that's the next phase. We don't really know what other use cases and applications these NFTs, and especially Mintbase as a platform, is capable of. For the immediate future of Mintbase on NEAR, more specifically, Knight explained that they will be focusing on building and developing as they have been the past year. We're just trying to discover this thing. We know we are on the right track, baby. I was on this way. Okay. We aren't here to define it. We're here to build the tools to allow people to define it. We know it's going to be big. So parang nagkaroon sila ng isang it's like the genie in a bottle, okay? So Mintbase and NEAR are like genie in a bottle. And then they give it to people, and then they ask people whatever wish they have, okay? And play with it, okay? To fulfill their own aspirations. Additionally, Mintbase has been fostering new relationships with global communities with the help of investing firms and local collaborators. One prominent example being China. 你好吗? Okay, 我叫王飞哈, 谢谢你. We will be able to expect a Mandarin version of Mintbase soon. When asked for words of advice on newcomers to the world of NFTs and Mintbase, Caroline had this to say. Just try it out. Play around with the system. Get a wallet. Once you've minted your NFT and you've sold one, you basically got it all. You've got your proof of concept already. At the end of the day, we are doing something super basic that has been done for thousands of years by humans, thousands of years before us. They've been trading things back and forth. We're doing the same now, but in a much more efficient, transparent, and fair way. All right, check out their website, mintbase.io. Again, guys, in the digital world, especially in the blockchain, the advent of blockchain, we are still going to conduct and interact with each other, with one another, in a more sophisticated way because thanks to the pandemic, right? COVID-19, but this time it's coded-19 because it's about code, baby. So we're still going to interact with each other, with one another, with people from the opposite side of the world, be they in the North Pole or in the Antarctica. And we're gonna exchange assets with one another, be it in the form of cryptocurrency or an NFT, which is a unique asset. So dalawa lang naman kasi, di ba? Like people have money and people have assets. So in ancient world, for example, in ancient times, people exchange coins, gold coins with whatever, with a cow, with a goat, with sheep, with a chicken, and then, or with a service, or with other products and services, right? Like, or labor, and then exchange. And that's what we're doing now, but we're just doing it on the blockchain. Yeah, like a Jenny from the blockchain. What's up? Don't be fooled by the looks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the blockchain. This new kid on the block, though, it's called a new kid on the blockchain, and don't ignore it. It's coming. It's looming in the horizon, not in the far future, but in the near future. So I hope you learned something here, guys. Guys, grab the opportunity. Pag-aralan nyo kung anong blockchain. We're here for you. We're gonna educate you. We're gonna assist you and concierge you even. Just be patient with us here. What's your alternative? You're still gonna stay in stagnant in the same system? No, the world is changing and you must adapt. Speaking about adaptability, right? Different dApps on decentralized apps. So again, once again, this is NEAR Philippines, brought to you by NEAR Protocol, the future of blockchain and crypto, and featuring Mintbase this time. Hope this has been helpful for sure, no doubt, without a doubt. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In fact, we're going to talk about DAO, not just DAO records. As a musician, you can also mint on Mintbase. But anyways, stop blabbering here. This is your Conehead speaking, having a bad hair day, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye for now. Peace.